Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at the final episode of Helsreach. This is part 14. This is, in case I might have probably forgot to say it the entire time, a series created by Richard Boylan based on the audiobook Helsreach. This is going to be taking bits and pieces from there, some bits of the audio, and just creating an entire animation to show just how expensive and awesome this conflict was. And basically, what it comes down to is, this, maybe not intentionally, but turned out to be the application for Richard Boylan to do animations for Games Workshop officially. I had been mentioning it in previous videos, but I wasn't entirely sure if it's true or not, but it has been confirmed multiple times by multiple people in the comments. Thank you for that, by the way. And that is so freaking cool. I think he's going to be doing a Crusade is what it's going to be called, or at least the title so far is. Maybe it will change. It's going to be a Blood Angel focused one. I'm pretty sure it's going to be back in the 30th millennium. Before the 40th, but sometime during one of the Crusades afterwards, leading up to what's ever in 40k right now. But on this note, though, we're going to be finishing Helsreach today. It's like, I'm really looking forward to this because I want to see how this ends. On the other hand, then it's done. So I need to ask, if anyone has any recommendations for what to look at next, put them down below, because I'm actually really curious to see where to go from here. Because Helsreach is what people have been recommending me since I started watching TTS, since I got into 40k and maybe started buying a bunch of models, and it's like, hey, if I didn't really enjoy painting them, yeah, that was a surprise. So yeah, if you want me to react to something after this, or maybe review a different 40k series, link it below. I'll be very interested to see what people have. And yeah, let's get started. It's been a crazy ride, and I really want to see where it goes. That changed. So glad to hear that. Will it flame to red or something else? Nope, going straight white all the way this time. What? I know that's a tech marine, but they're going back to the shaky black and white style.
Sworn engagements and a warrior beyond peer, but he is not a leader of the chapter.
The Forge Master speaks the truth, High Marshal. Grimaldus is flawed by hesitation.
Oh,
a second's delay in all he does, and it is no secret why. He holds himself to his master's standards. Doubt clings to him, darkening his place.
Is this something Grimaldus wouldn't actually be aware of?
He is shaken by Mordred's death. He seeks his place in the Eternal Crusade.
Oh. They even got Helberg in here.
In the coming war, I will give him the chance to find that place.
Whoa. Okay, yeah, the animation style, just the sudden shift there. It's actually quite shocking in its own right. And just, damn, does that look cool. Also, it's kind of seeing how they had their doubts about Grimaldus, but he was, like, in pain. Huh. Interesting to see them looking at it that way before he even got appointed a Reclusio. Also, it's nice to see them mourn over the death of their own, even if they won't admit to it.
The city is falling, brother.
And if that dirt is any indication.
Saren and the other humans faced that.
This might sound weird, but seeing the white armor, even though I knew it was the entire time, it just never really clicked in the black and white sections.
The time has come for us to choose where we will die. Then let it be where we will be remembered.
Well, if everyone's dead, that's nowhere.
Let it be where our deaths will matter, and give birth to tales worthy of being recorded in humanity's history. I know of a place.
That's almost a meta comment, considering what we're watching.
It is far from here, but there is no holier place on this entire world.
Oh!
There we shall dig our graves, and there we will ensure the great enemy forever remembers the name of the Black Templars.
Old graveyard? Yeah, old graveyard. Interesting that they actually have the room for that, just considering 40k populations. Also, it's really cool to see the scaffolding on a church. Just such a normal thing.
Helsreach has weeks left, but little beyond that. The siege is almost at our own gate.
Dude, that
We
line
received
down
a
the
message
nose.
from the Astartes commander in the city, the Helsreach. He sends word that his knights are en route to stand with us in defense.
The Helsreach
Oh, it's
is
a
bringing the
shadow, I
Black
see.
Templars here.
Yes, Prioress.
Priors?
Did he happen to say why he felt the sudden wish to fight alongside the Order of the Ardent Shroud?
What?
No, Prioress.
Wait, they're bringing in
I
the
suspect
sisters?
it ties
I didn't even
into
know they were
Thomas
part of this.
Sauron's decision to break up the remaining defenders into separate bastions. The Helsreach has chosen the temple.
I see. I doubt he asked permission.
Yeah,
No,
Space
Prioress,
Marines
he
asking.
Typical Astartes. When do they arrive?
Before sunset, Mistress.
Very well. Damn it all. Well, don't just stand there gawking, girl. Prepare my battle armor.
How long has it been since you wore your armor, Prioress?
How old are you, girl?
15, Mistress.
Damn.
Well
Young.
then. Let's just say you couldn't wipe your own backside the last time I went to war. But it'll be good to deliver a sermon.
Although
with
by
the Porter in
Imperial
hand
standards,
again.
that's not really that long. Actually, it's incredibly long considering they're in a constant state of war. On the other hand, that's over a large area, not individualized. Ooh, is that a mini? Is that a warhound? Oh, wow! Sorry, just seeing the size difference on something other than the scale of the miniature game is so cool. Looks more like the size of a knight, though. Either that or knights are smaller than I thought. Again, I've only ever seen on the miniature scale. Dude! Giant robot combat! Okay, well, I'm not entirely sold on the Imperial Titan in the full colorization. The Warhound looks perfect as far as I'm concerned. Well, damn, that doesn't look good. Oh, I know what that is.
Hail, Helsreach.
I forget what it's called.
Hail,
Like the,
Bayard. I say to the Emperor's champion of the Helsreach Crusade.
ooh.
My liege.
Oh, so that's the Emperor's champion. I thought it looked similar, but I wasn't
Still
sure.
breathing, I see. Nothing on this world will change that, my liege. Arise, brother. The day will never come that you must kneel before me. Arterian, Masterlad, it is good to see you both. And you, Nero. Cador's fall tore at my heart, brother. He and I served in the Sword Brethren together. Did you know that? I knew it, my liege. Cador spoke of it often. He was one of us.
What is he thinking?
Well, well, well. The Emperor's chosen. Come to stand with us at last.
Hail, Prioress.
More surprised than
I
any
am
of them bowed.
Prioress Sindel, and in the name of Saint Sylvana, I bid you welcome.
Oh, that's a
to the
tattoo
temple
on
of
her
the
shoulder.
Emperor
I thought it was just like a weird
Ascendant.
odd dark spot.
Helsreach.
I said shoulder, didn't I? I meant cheek.
Templars. I cannot help but notice that you do not sound welcoming.
Should I be? Half of the temple district has already fallen in the last week. Where were you then?
We were at the docks, you ungrateful little harpy. Be at ease.
Did you just call her a harpy?
We were, as my brother Prioress
Damn.
explained, engaged in the east of the hive. But we are here now, when the war is at its darkest, as the enemy approach the temple doors.
I have fought with Astartes before. I have
And
fought
survived.
alongside warriors who would have given their lives for the Imperium's ideals, and warriors that cared only for accruing glory,
The salamanders are somewhere
as
else,
if they
though.
could wear their honor like armor. Both breeds were Astartes.
We are not here to be lectured on the state of our souls.
Whether you are or not doesn't matter, Helsreach. Will you dismiss your fellow warriors from the chamber, please? There is much to speak of.
We can speak of the temple's defense in front of my brothers.
Is there something else we're not
Indeed
aware
we
of?
can. And when the time comes to speak of such things, they will be present. For now, please dismiss them.
What? God, I want to get in his internal monologue for this.
Remove your helm, please.
Tell me
asking
why
that.
I should.
Because I would like to look upon the face of the man I'm speaking with.
They keep asking
And
that of
because
him.
I wish to anoint you with the waters of elucidation.
A moment, please.
My first thought was that she's going to anoint him in vodka. I know it's not right, but that's where my mind went.
This water is thrice blessed.
Oh, wow. He looks so much different, this
It
form of
brings
animation.
clarity of purpose when anointed onto the doubting and the lost.
The lines along the eyes.
I am not lost.
Oh, yes,
I
you
did
are.
not mean to imply that you were Reclusiarch, but many who come here are. Kneel, if you would. I cannot reach all the way up there.
Not without jumping, but that would be undignified. Oh, he's not kneeling, he's just bending over. Because he's never
You
gonna
have
kneel.
beautiful eyes.
Not what I was expecting. Especially since she's probably a lot younger than him. I mean, they still age at normal health spans, but Astartes are kinda...
There. You are blessed, and may tread the sacred floor of the inner sanctum without guilt. May you find the answers you seek in the house of the God Emperor.
Considering the God Emperor is a real thing and an effective force with actual power that does employ itself, that blessing might actually be literal rather than just figurative. It's always a concern. He's like, on the one hand, are you just being respectful of tradition, or are you going to be, enemy or persona non grata to the deity if you don't? It's always a concern.
Very few left. There will be enough. Have faith in your brother's blades, Bayard.
I know they're not Deathcore or Krieg, but for some reason I thought they were for a second.
I am sanguine with my fate, Chaplain. My rank is Reclusiarch. Use it. By your will, brother, of course. But we stand vigil over the city's death, with a handful of bleeding humans, Reclusiarch. I am sanguine, but I am also a realist. Have faith in the people of this city, champion.
How much he's changed.
Such condescension is beneath you. These
No, I need to say something about this. Like, I just remember that moment where he was first brought to the city, and his entire thing was, I hate administration, and just like the sheer contempt for having to do it. And now he's actually speaking back to the Emperor's Champion about the Emperor's Champion's dismissal of humanity in front of him. And that just... there's all of these little moments showing the personal growth of Grimaldus. And that moment right there, just the willingness to speak back, and just... it's one of those moments where I wish he had his helmet off so he could see the facial animations. Just like the intensity of what he's thinking, because it always changes. He looks so much sterner and gruffer and meaner with the helmet, which is probably the point. But without it, you always see a much more dour, sad individual. And it's so fitting with the beginning because you see them talking about how he's basically distraught with the death of his master, who he just replaced to become the Reclusiarch. I like how when they take his helmet off, he becomes human. But he's the Astarte when he has the helmet on, which is, again, part of the point. But then in the Emperor's Champion, he's just the Astarte. There's no human in him, which honestly would be a great point for him to get his story arc, but I don't think we'll do this in this one just because, well, this is Grimaldus' story. I like that superhuman realizing still human. It's something really fun to see. And also I just realized there's, like right there, there's a skull on his shoulder pad. Like on the elbow. I shouldn't be surprised. Moving on.
people are fighting for more than their homes and lives. They are fighting for their ancestors' honor on the holiest ground in the entire world. The survivors
The
of this
entire world,
war
really?
across the
Oh, I
world
guess
will take
it-
heart
yeah.
from sacrifices made by the thousands destined to die here. Blood of Dawn, Bayard. The Imperium was born in moments such as this.
Accurate. Against the odds. Few superhumans.
My voice was one of the few that spoke against your ascension to Mordred's rank. I would have said the same in your place.
And that last line was just as hell. Oh, damn. Hitting out a Titan in just 2 shots to knock it over. That's... Just look at this thing. Oh god, that is beautiful. And now we got the Imperial Titan. Ooh, the animation style improved. Even again it improved. And it makes her hard to look at. There's fewer flat panels, it looks so much better. It's the lighting.
Hail, Adjutant Quintus Tyro, Major Riken. We got cut off from Saren and the others. Throne, there are still thousands of the bastards out there. And that's not the worst of it. Explain.
I mean, he got hit, but he
The
lived.
enemy
Wow.
still has titans, and there's one you'll never believe until you look upon it with your own eyes.
Yep.
We saw it march from Rostrick Island,
That's the big one.
collapsing habitation towers in its wake.
Move inside and see to your wounds. If the end is coming to these walls, you will need to stand ready. Oh, we'll all be ready. The bastards took my face, and that made it personal.
Yeah, it's an improvement. Oh. Well, good for them. How does an Astarte feel about love?
Reclusiac. Humans, they are a mystery to me.
And yet, you're living it out yourself. Which is probably even more accurate now. God, the ribs,
As soon as it has recharged
I
my
have a hard
princeps.
time looking at it.
My princeps, we must disengage. We need to rearm and cool the plasma core in standard sustained venting procedure.
No more lectures. I do not care.
I'm ready.
You wouldn't be allowed to disengage at this point,
Wait
probably.
for the stabilizers to come back online. They only need another minute.
The arm isn't badly damaged. I'm taking the shot. I can make it.
You'll miss, Val.
It's
Give me
right there. How do you
30
miss?
seconds, Just 30 more seconds.
Stabilizer.
Firing.
Oh. Oh.
Oh no, this can't be. You've killed us.
I had the shot. I had the shot.
You son of a bitch!
Wasn't expecting that. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, damn!
Why hasn't it fired?
Because you just breached the wall for it. Or does it have a bigger gun? Why hasn't it fired? Because it's an orc and it's going into melee. Is she moving the entire Titan by herself? Like without any help? Oh, damn. So in this moment, is she basically using the Imperial freaking Titan as a knight, individually? Crap! There's a crew in there for a reason.
Stood until the end of this promise.
Damn. I'm wondering why I fell backwards. Or was the stabilizer in there? Oh, damn.
They said you would be here. I beg the many forgivings of this holy place for my intrusion, but I bring news, yes? Do not be angry. The Vox is still playing many unamusing games, and I could not speak with anyone in any other way. Speak, Legionnaire. The beasts, they are coming in great force. Many are
And
not
the
far
Titan's
behind
dead.
us, and I have heard Vox chatter that Invigilata is leaving the city.
Why
What?
would they leave us?
They would quit the city at once if Princeps Zaha was gone. Mechanicus politics. She is gone, Reclusiac. An hour ago, we saw Storm Herald die.
Yep. That is unfortunately the appropriate response to hearing a Titan died. Because now you have to fight something that could kill a Titan. And while on the battlefield, a bunch of guardsmen is actually a battle defense. No! You might want to get a little lower. I do they make gravestones out of it 40k that they're good blockers. Okay, they're moving faster. Love it. You just shoot in the air. Of course, he's gonna work. Oh. Yeah, they've definitely improved just the quality of the animation on this last one. Everything looks so much crisper when they went full art the first time. I'm wondering if that's intentional or not, considering that beginning.
A moment, please. You are destined to either survive this or die at least sometime later than I.
Oh, what is this?
My mother's wedding ring, and a letter of explanation. Once this is over, if you are still drawing breath, please find Trooper Natalina Domoska of the 91st Steel Elite.
Oh.
You will recognize her, this I promise to you. She is the most beautiful woman in the world.
Don't
Every
die
man
right
says
now.
so.
Don't die in like this next second. Okay, I had a terrible thought like the building would just collapse on me. It's like, really? Really? I'm glad they didn't do that. That'd be more of a writing issue at that point, though. Dude, the orcs and their extra jaws. Dude! That little, just the way they arranged the image so they were all standing there just egging him on. And he's even beckoning him in for a fight. They're both doing it. Okay, all the complaints I had about fighting being too slow, they fixed it in this one. Just the speed of the arm coming down is actually the improvement. See that? The reaction to that? It's little things like that that make it look so much more normal. They're speeding up the speed of the swings. That is what they needed to fix in combat in the previous episodes. And they fixed it! God damn! See this? See how fast it's actually about this. How fast they're moving in combat. This is super important. Ooh, the double. Nice. Good coordination. But yeah, this is definitely what combat should look like. More frenzied. There's no workaday aspect about it. Okay. That is pretty damn cool. I know Astartes are the bigger damn heroes, but damn, getting a bunch of nuns with guns in the battle ain't pretty damn cool. Oh, just blew off his jaw. Nice showing that. And the armor does itself pretty damn good. Oh, that's not good. It's a flesh wound.
Not yet.
Now, you ass, come on!
Are they coming? Oh!
Yeah, dumbass.
Templars.
Oh. That's the Emperor's champion, isn't it? Crap. Cool effect to have the blood staining it, but... Just found the weak point in her neck. Damn! Even racked by grief, he's a badass.
The Black Sword.
Was not expecting it to go like that. Not like that.
Priamus. Reclusiac. You are the last Emperor's champion of the Helsreach Crusade.
Oh, damn.
Cover your blade.
Oh, damn. The black blade. This is what combat should look like. This is, like, all my complaints previously that some things need to work. No, none of them right now. Just like that moment of the dual slashing. It looks as fast as it should be. It looks as frantic. And honestly, even though I hate the shaking camera normally, it fits so well right here. Why did it stop? Oh. Yeah. The Titan Killer. I'm annoyed at myself for forgetting the actual name for it. No, it's not a Gorkon. No, it's not Morkanot. Yep. Giant wall of guns. Dawn? That's not Dawn. He got it open. Oh, look how many treads that got. Ooh, that's a different one. That wasn't just a skull, but that looked like a... That is a big gun.
Engine. Kill.
Status of the weapon.
Oberon has no void shields, no secondary weapon systems, and Suspensor lift capability is limited. Alone, I can fire it no more than once every 20 minutes.
That's
I need
not
to
much.
recharge the fuel cells manually and regenerate flow from the plasma containment.
Heed these last words, Forge Master.
You did a good
Do not
job.
bring the weapon too close. The Temple District is naught but fire and ash, and we are surrounded on all sides. Flee the city. Pursue Invigilata's retreating forces, and link up with the Imperial assault along the Hemlock.
You wish me to run?
I wish you to live rather than die
Sa-
in vain. And
to save a valuable
precious
weapon.
to the Imperium. We will be buried here, Jurisian. There is no dishonor that your fate is elsewhere. For Dawn and the Emperor.
And you kind of one-shot the giant Titan Killer, so... The biggest threat's gone. And yeah, it's like giant single gun, no secondaries, no shields. But it one-shot a freaking giant pile of gun death. Technical term. Yep. Now comes the littler ones. The orcs count as little. Really thought there would be more than just 3 sisters.
Kill them all!
Or maybe it's
Let them
kind of like with the
survive!
Astartes, how there's actually a lot more and they're just spread
Never
out.
has an alien defied this holiest of places!
Take heart,
Just
brothers.
working up the arms.
Fight in the Emperor's name!
Also, they even sped up everything. It looks so much awesome. So much awesome everywhere.
I have dug my grave in this place. I will either triumph or I will die. No pity, no remorse, no fear.
Did he just broke an orc's neck with his bare hand? Hot damn. Oh! There's the prioress. And that guy's head's gone. Freaking servo skulls. Self-destruct. Oh, yeah. Technically, yes, self-destructing. Yeah, the enemy was... It's hard to watch because you want these people to live. I really doubt they're going to. Dude, he just lost his arm and he just fought through it. Ah, Nero's dead. No, he's not. Just long enough to take it. Okay, now he's dead.
Airier! Goodbye, brother.
He was distracted.
I will die on this world. I will die on Armageddon.
Crushed?
They call it the season of fire. The ash wastes are choking with dust from roaring volcanoes. Fighting across most of the world is ceasing, not because of victory or defeat, but because there can be no arguing with Armageddon itself. In a handful of days, no man or Xenos beast will be able to breathe in the wastelands, so the war ceases for now.
Huh.
Imperial forces consolidate the territories to which
So the
they
planet
still
ends the
lay
battle.
claim, and drive the invaders out from those where the orcs have managed to grasp no more than a weak hold. Helsreach is one of these places.
Did he survive? Huh, and they're back to the shaky style. So the further into the heart of the battle, to the moment where everyone dies, the clearer and more detailed it got. And even the color moments got more vivid as it approached.
Hello, hero.
Greetings, Andre.
Perhaps you should salute me now, though, yes?
I am not beholden to a guard captain, but congratulations.
Yes, I know. But I must be offering many thanks for you keeping your word and telling my captain of my deeds.
An oath is an oath. Your friend, your love.
I completely forgot about that.
Did you find her?
Yes. I did find her. I am glad you made it. I heard you were very injured, yes?
Not enough to kill me.
The freaking building
Reports
collapsed
I
on
heard
him.
indicated no one else survived the fall of the Basilica.
Yes, that would make for a wonderful story, no? The last Black Knight, the only survivor of the greatest battle in Helsreach. I apologize for surviving and breaking the flow of your legend, Reclusiac. I promise most faithfully that I and the 6 or 7 others will be very quiet and let you have all the thunder.
Were you not injured at all?
Yeah, I had a headache, but then it went away.
This makes me smile.
I agree with him. Just the sheer... I'm done with it, ness of it. That just... And now they're back to the shaky art style. I know I said it before, but... just really hammers home that it's emptier.
Arterium, Priamus, Bastellan, Cador, Nero. Forgive me for living, while you all lie cold and still.
Before he was shook
We
up.
are judged in life for the evil we destroy. It is a bleak truth that there is nothing but blood awaiting us in the spaces between the stars.
Accurate. At least in
The
40k.
Emperor sees all that transpires in his domain. And we are judged equally for the illumination we bring to the blackest nights. We are judged in life for those moments we spill light into the darkest reaches of his Imperium. Your world taught
It's hard to
me
tell, but they're
this.
slowly zooming out
Your
to show
world
more.
and the war that brought me here. Hero of Helsreach. The crowd cheers. As if there is only one.
There's quite a few. The fact that he acknowledges that, though, is... And that was the end of Helsreach. I know I previously, and I did go off quite a bit about how the previous combat sections looked too slow, where the arms were falling a little too slow. It looked more like they were jobbing it. But in that final battle, everything was sped up just enough that it looked like there was intent behind the blows, behind every action, behind the horrible, gruesome deaths, and just fighting through it where they could, and... Damn. Also, I think the irony that he gave his the trinket for his mother to one of the nuns, one of the sisters, and I'm pretty sure she was one in the armor, maybe. I was assuming she was one of the people in the armor, and the irony of him surviving with nothing but a headache, and, well, she didn't, which sucks, but he just had a headache. I mean, he knows the loss everyone else had as well, but I loved seeing Grimaldus change. I loved seeing him improve. And I love seeing as the art style kind of became more vivid, as he became more in the moment, as the battle became more visceral, as it became more heightened, as the stakes got higher, until at the highest moment of just sheer drama and the highest moment of tension, it's the most pitch-perfect rendition ever, and it ends with the building collapsing on them, killing off the enemies, and oddly enough, saving Grimaldus because his armor survived, and the rest of his unit, who might have also been able to survive, didn't because they had been killed. Everyone earned respect by the end. I mean, freaking Nero. I mean, he was dead on the top of the spike, and he still took out his killer before being re-killed just to make him stay dead. Primus... The guy lost his freaking arm and kept on fighting until he had nothing left to fight with. And then in the end, even though he was kind of the arrogant bastard, he called out to his brother. Just showing the bonds that tie them. Grimaldus saying he doesn't understand humanity. While I think this entire series has proven that's because he didn't understand himself, and now he might actually understand more just because he thinks he is human. Or is thinking similar to one instead of just being completely grief-ridden and not able to empathize because he just wants to die in battle with glory. I'm pretty sure the die thing wasn't entirely out there, but I did get the impression he was incredibly depressed and he would kind of have wanted to die, especially at the end where, you know, he survived despite everyone else dying. And he was the one racked most by sadness and depression because of his master dying. They talked about it at the beginning of the episode. And now, I'm not sure he wanted to die. I don't actually think he wanted to die. Maybe they can make the argument, like a literary analysis of the original source material, that there might have been hints that he wanted to die a good death with glory. It's why he wanted to go into the space area. But also because he probably thought he was condemned on the planet, which for everyone else was true. Still surprised he lived. But just, he is a case study of grief, overcoming it, and then just being strong enough to bear more. Because as much as his master's death hit him up, he's still bearing that. But now he has to bear everyone else, all the people in his unit. People that they made a point to show he was in charge of and had known for so long. And since Astarte and aging is relative, I don't even know how long that could be. It might be mentioned somewhere, but I'm not aware of it. This is the entire story of his personal growth, and I love every second of it. Oh, God, I can't wait until Richard Boylan does the next series he's doing with the Blood Angels. Oh, man. If anyone knows when it comes out, please leave me a link below because I'm incredibly curious and just... I'm glad the Forge Father survived long enough to get out with the giant freaking cannon of you gonna kill. I mean, yeah, I can see why it's buried up because it's a great weapon, but really no ability to defend it. Yeah, but damn if that wasn't so freaking cool. He did the big damn hero moment. He took out the Titan, but he couldn't do anything else with the rest because he would kill them all if he tried. So he had to retreat and then save the weapon for more people who could fight otherwhere. It's always rough to end a series, especially one as amazing as this. All the little details, the moving pieces, the intricacies of the interactions between the characters, having truly human moments for the Space Marines. And even though it seems like in many cases they don't view themselves as human, I mean, the Emperor's Champion certainly didn't because he kept talking about human as if he wasn't one. He's superhuman, but he's still human. And then just listening to Grimaldus, not even understanding he's come to the realization that he is human because he's still growing, but he's understanding so much more. And just at the end, just that little moment of empathy between survivors. I think that's probably the most important moment of his entire journey because it shows one thing, one little thing, that he can reach out to people who weren't his brothers, that he can form a connection with regular humans, that he can be human himself, that he has the potential to grow and not just be that sad sack that he kind of was at the beginning. And it's always emphasized, I get English, whenever he takes off his helmet, you just see the weariness in his face. It's not something, it just hammers home that he's growing, that he's becoming more of a person, and it's so good to see that growth. Just, I want to see more. If anyone knows any other series he's done, I know he did Guardsmen, and I'm actually going to react to that in a separate video, and I'm looking forward to that. It might be out before this video is even, maybe. But I cannot wait until Crusade, or whatever it'll eventually be titled, comes out for the Blood Angels, because Richard Boylan, if his next project is half as good as this one, I can't wait. For all the same, everyone, link below, original video. You already hit up? Great. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.
Thank you.